Hi everyone, I'm Katie Badke. I'm the VP of Local Projects at Engineers Without Borders.
Hi everyone, I'm Joe Kresick. I'm the VP of Operations. Today, me and Katie are going to be your hosts for the second annual Ohio State Engineers Without Borders Livestream Fundraiser, and we are very, very excited to be here with you guys today. For all of our meetings, we love to start with an icebreaker, so I feel like that's the best way to start us off today. So if you don't mind, Katie, give me your name, major, hometown, year, and then a fun fact as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I'm Katie. I'm a third year in environmental engineering. I'm from New Albany, Ohio, and a fun fact about me is that I used to have a pet hedgehog named Fermi that I named after the famous physicist Enrico Fermi.
Awesome. You sound like a hoot, Katie.
Thank you, Joe.
As I said, I'm Joe. I'm a fourth year studying industrial and systems engineering. I'm graduating in May, so I'm very excited, also very nervous. Fun fact about myself is that last week I actually was able to FaceTime Impractical Jokers member Murr,
No way.
one of my favorite TV shows. So that was really exciting, and pretty recent too. So just to go through some logistical things, of course, this is a live stream fundraiser, so we will be taking donations for the entire time frame. On the Facebook page, there is a link that you can go and donate to Engineers Without Borders. All of our donations go towards implementation of our projects here in Columbus as well as abroad, which we're going to talk all about in a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And throughout the live stream today, you're going to hear some awesome things. You're going to see some funny things, and you're going to wish you were part of the club. So if you want to follow along with us, check out our website. It's ewbohiostatenospaces.com. You can check out our Instagram, which is at @EWB_Ohio State, or also our TikTok, which is at @EWB Ohio State, if you want to stay in touch with us throughout the year.
Plenty of ways to stay in touch for sure. So how this is going to work, you'll be able to hear from me and Katie a lot. So if you already are tired of our voices, I'm sorry, you're going to have to hear us quite a bit longer. So we're going to cut to some never before seen footage from our members, some funny, some informative, some goofy, a lot of content for you guys today. And then we're going to come back every time, kind of go through it, talk to you guys some more. Sounds about right? Cool. So let's go ahead and throw it to our first segment where our president, Matt Parsons, is going to talk about his time at EWB. He's going to talk about how Engineers Without Borders at Ohio State works, and he's going to speak a little bit about our local projects and our international projects. So without further ado, take it away, Matt.
Right now I'm with Matt, the president of EWB OSU, and we just wanted to learn a little more about what we do here at EWB OSU. Could you describe briefly the mission statement of EWB OSU?
Yeah, our goal is very similar to the overall national organization, and we just want to create meaningful change with our communities to improve their quality of life and access to basic human needs, while also creating future leaders in this humanitarian engineering space and giving students a platform to practice and experience some of these engineering principles.
EWB OSU has a pretty unique structure. Could you describe how the chapter is managed and structured by the students?
Yeah, we have 3 weekly meetings that the club is divided up into. First of which is local, which does a variety of different local projects in Columbus, and these are normally quicker turnaround projects, so students have the opportunity to see them through from start to finish. And then we have international projects, and these could be anywhere from 4 to 5 years to complete. So these are the very large scale, big projects. And then at international, we are currently working in the Gambia and Ecuador, working on 2 projects. And then we have FMS, which consists of fundraising, marketing, social, and this is the behind the scenes for our club. So yeah, all of our work is divided into those 3 weekly meetings, with normally another meeting of some sort every week. And then we have about 140 members that participate in all these events.
Could you talk more about the current projects for each individual branch? and what that might look like from the student perspective?
Yeah, so to go a little bit more in depth with local, we'll start there. Our largest project currently is a mental health device project. So the device is a bilateral stimulation tapper where people will hold pods in each hand that vibrate in alternating fashion, and this simulates REM sleep and bilateral stimulation across the brain hemisphere. And we also have a variety of different garden projects going on, and we're partnered with a municipal water provider in the Columbus area to do sustainability analysis for them. And then our project in the Gambia at International is a garden project, and we are on the last phase of that, and we'll be wrapping that up as soon as we are able to travel. And the Ecuador project is constructing additional classrooms for an existing school. And then fundraising, marketing, and social works on a variety of projects across the school year. But Livestream Fundraiser that you're watching right now is a great example of that. And they do a variety of other socials like Hocking Hills, Trip, and a variety of fundraisers, just all these essential things to keep the student org functioning and operating well.
And for the funds that FMS raises, could you briefly talk about where those funds would go to each of those branches?
Yeah, so all of your donations that you're making today during the live stream will be used for all of our projects and won't be tied to any specific thing, but some examples of this could go towards sponsoring some of our travel for student travel teams for international projects. This would go towards essential expenses on these projects on the international travel, like transportation and lodging and food. And then on the local project side, this could go towards a variety of different events, such as no-sew blankets, toy adaptation, as well as completing the projects I mentioned. And then we also use a small part of our budget for just like essential like operation of the organization, like keeping up our website and small like internal events to improve our chapter.
And where could a viewer follow along with the current EWB OSU projects and the progress that we are making towards them?
Yeah, so we have active social media accounts as well as a website. These are good places to go to get some updates. And then we also have an alumni newsletter, which is a great place just because it's a routine thing that will pop up in your inbox a few times a year just to provide the latest information on things going on at EWB OSU.
And Matt, you're really important to EWB OSU. Could you briefly talk about how EWB is important to you and maybe what your favorite part of it is?
Yeah, I think the most important part for me is the community aspect. I've been involved with EWB OSU since my very first day on campus. And if I think back to those like first year, second year, I was like very shy, very quiet, still had some of the same like hard work and effort and interest in these projects that I currently do. But that was all there was to me. I was just getting the work done. But over my whole time here, and especially now, I think I've really learned and grown a lot, honestly, as like a human. Just having like the confidence and ability to talk with different people and to do silly things and to go on different trips and just really enjoy my time with the organization and all the amazing people that are a part of it.
Thank you, Matt. We really appreciate your time and everything you do for EWB.
Yeah, thank you. And I hope everyone is enjoying the live stream.
Have been in local projects. Obviously, as the VP of local projects, I got started in the harvesting system with the student farm, and that really got me hooked on EWB. And since then, I've worked with international projects on their Ecuador trip, planning the travel logistics and stuff like that. And also at FMS, I help on grant writing. So it's just like a super awesome part of the club. If you have any other questions about EWB, how it works, anything like that, go ahead and put it in our chat. You'll see on Facebook Live there's a little chat area, and in there there should also be a donation link. So if you want to click on that, make a donation. Speaking of that, let's look at our recent donors. We're now up to a total of $485 with recent donors from Maggie Miles, Cindy Johnson, and Jeff Parsons. So thank you guys so much for that. If you guys want to be featured as a recent donor, click on that link like we told you. If you want to move it to, so this is our wonderful thermometer that's going to keep track of our donations. So far we're, like I said, we're at $485 donations raised. And so we're going to see this thermometer get hotter and hotter to the hottest point. You might see Joe and I do some crazy things. So definitely want to be contributing to that. So up next, we have a zoo skit. So let's check that out.
Hi, I'm Charlotte.
I'm Ben. And I'm Michael.
And we're EW bringing it to the zoo.
Do you think water's wet? Wait, over.
He's over there. He's running.
Sorry. Just answer the question.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No. No. Hybrid sandwich.
Hybrid sandwich?
Sandwich. In your opinion?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
No? No? Okay. Good answer. Good.
A hot dog is a sandwich? No. 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 What do you think? Is it like a taco? Oh, do you see that one? No. No. It's just a hot dog.
Yeah. Well, the hot dog in the bun. It is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah? Is a hot dog a sandwich? No.
No.
What if the bun falls apart and then it's two slices? Then is it a sandwich? Not really.
No.
Yes, I think so.
I mean, technically it is.
Okay.
Yeah, you hold it in your hands like a sandwich. Yeah, I'd say it is.
That's a good point. Sandwich. I like it. Sir? Can we ask you a question?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
We're back with the red panda, and today we're asking, what's your favorite color? I see. And do you have a particular food that you're really interested in these days? You know, anything cooking in the kitchen? Good answers. Is pineapple on pizza acceptable?
Yes.
No.
No.
I think it is.
Do you not have an answer?
Sometimes.
Like I wouldn't eat it constantly, but it's not.
But like every once in a
It
while.
belongs on pizza.
Pineapple belongs on pizza.
No. What about pineapple on pizza?
Hard no.
Hard no.
I mean, I'm down for pineapple.
Controversy.
Yeah,
We got a bit of
I'm
a
down.
disagreement.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm here with Mr. Wolf right here. And I'm just going to ask him a couple of questions. Sir, what do you do when the zoo closes at night? Do you host parties in this wonderful habitat of yours? I think he does. He looks like he does. Oh, how did it happen when everyone leaves the zoo at night? Do the animals like party it up? Like, what do you think?
It's like night at the museum.
Yeah,
Night at the
I was
museum.
gonna say
Okay.
that.
Who's hosting the best party?
What do the animals do after dark when everybody goes home? Just sleep? They don't have like parties or anything? No penguins of Madagascar style?
In your mind, what do you think the animals do when the park closes? Any like fun parties they go to? Any thoughts?
Oh yeah, it's just like Toy Story. They get out and about and they're everywhere. Yeah. They talk to each
Oh,
other.
cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Party it up.
Party animals, yeah.
Heard it right here.
Like
Animals
college.
partying it up in the zoo.
When the park closes.
When the park closes, yeah, probably what they do during the day. Now, you know, they sleep, they eat, you know what I'm talking about. Now, you're talking about all the animals?
Yeah, do they get
Not
any
just thought she was talking about reptiles. I was gonna say, well, I don't know. I mean, what do
Would you say that water is wet? Mr. Bear, I see you're pretty exhausted. Is this how you deal with the Sunday scaries? It's been a long week for him. I don't think he's ready to answer. Cincinnati or Cleveland, sir?
Do you prefer Cincinnati or Cleveland? Cincinnati.
Cincinnati or Cleveland?
Cleveland.
So Cincinnati or Cleveland? Yeah. Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, good. Baby Ellison, I just have some really important questions. How's preschool going for you? How's school? You know your ABCs yet? I don't think he does. He didn't answer, but It's okay. Everyone has a learning curve.
Is the goat of the sports world. Thank you. You heard it here, folks.
Okay, so Dorian, really quick. How was it finding Nemo? Were you scared for him the entire time? Cool. Thank you, Dorian. Okay, I'll let you signature dance move. Show us.
Oh, I'm gonna, my son's.
Yes. Yeah, the twist. Okay. I need music though. We just gotta do it without the music, right? Okay.
Like signature dance move you can show us. Okay.
We don't look like
And shovel count.
Yeah, do it.
Go. I'm here with Tyler the turtle, and I'm just gonna ask you a few questions. How are you doing, Tyler? Good. How's the weather in there? You feeling it? You like it? Yeah. And then I have a really controversial question here. Is water wet? Good. That's a great answer, Tyler. I really like the
Were you one of the fellas who didn't let Rudolph play in the reindeer games? You heard it here, folks. You heard it here.
Alright, sir, what does the fox say? That's a question. What does the fox say? I guess we'll never know.
In the Persian language, Merkur means snake eater. I'm puzzled because the Merkur is a vegetarian.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. In the middle of an EW blizzard.
Oh, this said cold. This said cold.
This said cold. Eat your vegetables, everybody. It's important.
Very important.
That's how he got to do this thing. He was eating his vegetables.
Authorities are still looking.
It's midterm season. What's your favorite holiday, sir?
You can't. Hi, buddy.
Oh. Wait.
You guys know the Macarena? Okay, one more time. Here we go.
Well, that was some interesting footage from our marketing team. So shout out to Charlotte, Michael, and Ben for putting that all together. That was awesome. I guess some quick questions. What's your favorite zoo animal?
My favorite zoo animal is easily red panda.
Red panda.
Yeah, what about you?
Giraffe for me.
Why giraffe?
I'm a pacifist. I don't like fighting. But when giraffes fight,
Of course.
they fight with their necks. I think it's the funnest thing ever. Yeah.
Oh,
So
never seen that. I've never
Look
seen
up a
that.
video. Yeah, look up a video of
Oh
giraffes
my
fighting.
goodness.
It's a hoot.
Oh my.
What about when they were talking about pineapple on pizza? I was really curious to hear your thoughts on if you put pineapple on pizza.
I mean, I personally don't put pineapple on pizza, but I don't hate when people do it. I feel like some people have really extreme reactions.
Yeah.
Not. Maybe I'm also a pacifist.
Maybe.
Oh,
we
wow.
learned something new today, huh? Yeah, pineapple on pizza is very interesting. From Chicago, so I take my pizza very seriously, and I feel like you just shouldn't do it. But I can't knock you for going for it. So.
Yeah.
So after that one, we have some new donors.
Yeah.
There they are. Kelly Vatke, Matt Parsons, and Joe Kresick. That's me.
Wow.
Shout out me. I got some time
That's
behind
so
the scenes
crazy.
to get some donations in. Again, keep those donations coming in. Again, all those donations go towards funding for our projects.
Yeah, so that brings our total up to $535. So we have reached, a new little marker, which is very exciting. So keep donating. I know you want to see Joe and I do some crazy things. While we're waiting for that, let's take it to the next segment. Joe, will you introduce that for us?
Yes. So next up, we're going to be having an interview with Jackie O'Brien. She is the current CEO of Engineers Without Borders USA. She was able to come in to Ohio State, her alma mater, and talk to all her students, and we were able to get some exclusive content with her and do an interview. So we're going to throw it over to the Jackie interview in just a sec.
All right. Hi, Jackie. Good morning.
Hi, Lily.
So for some of the viewers who might not know who you are, do you just want to talk a little bit about your background and kind of what your position is at EWB USA?
Sure. So Jackie O'Brien, CEO of EWB USA. I'm a proud graduate of The Ohio State University. Received my engineering degree more than 30 years ago. When I graduated, I joined industry in a global development role, spent 30 years in industry, and served on the board of directors for EWB USA, and got the opportunity to step in last year to lead the organization.
That's awesome. Can you talk a little bit more about like the mission of EWB USA and maybe more specifically what you are responsible for as CEO?
Sure. So I'm super excited that 2022 will be our 20th year, and we're having a great big celebration to recognize the 20 years of service and impact that we've made around the world and what's to come. The mission of the organization was really founded that very first year with the very first trip. The organization started when Dr. Bernard Amadei took a team of students from University of Colorado Boulder on a trip to Central America. And what he found was students partnering with community came up with this great solution where we were able to deliver benefits to the community while the students also had the ability to grow. And that led to our mission of really partnering with communities in order so that they can meet their basic human needs and equipping leaders. That's something that makes us very unique as an organization. We focused on this dual mission. It's the partnering that makes that possible, both through, again, growing global leaders and the community partnering to receive those basic needs for life.
Mm-hmm. That's really awesome. So you talked a little bit about kind of like the history of EWB, but can you maybe touch on like why you joined EWB and what made you step up as CEO?
Yes. So I was working for a company that became a corporate partner, and I happened to be working at our New York headquarters. And the person that was leading the partnership sat down in a couple offices from me. And when I heard about the organization, I mean, my first thought was, why didn't they have something like this when I was getting my engineering degree? And raised my hand right away to get involved. I went to an annual conference, and I was absolutely blown away. I mean, there was hundreds of students and professionals there, representatives from the communities, and it was really that passion, that dedication, that entrepreneurial spirit that just hooked me. And I was really excited. Went home, talked to my company, talked to my husband, and in fact, my husband got involved. He went on a trip to Dominica, so we kind of made it a family affair. Later, I joined the board of directors and served in that role for a few years, was board president-elect when our longtime leader decided to retire. And so it was a perfect time in the midst of a global pandemic to step into the role. I was happy to do that.
That's awesome. So you talked a little bit about how your husband went on an EWB trip. That is super awesome. I also got to go on an EWB trip with our chapter, the OSU chapter, a couple of years ago, and it was definitely a really cool experience and something that I will take care, or I will carry with me forever. But yeah, what do you think like EWB has done to impact communities around the world, and kind of like how have you seen that play out at headquarters?
So the impact around the world is really truly incredible. It's remarkable the growth the organization has gone through. Last year alone, we were able to impact the lives of over 1.4 million people through our almost 500 projects that are happening in 38 countries around the world. This is only possible because of the 10,000 volunteers, like all of you, that are really stepping up and taking on these challenges. By partnering with communities, what's so essential there is you're understanding what their needs are and working, again, in collaboration and partnership to deliver those.
That's awesome. And then kind of thinking more about like students and how students can get involved. I know you mentioned the annual conference earlier, and that's something that our chapter has been to in the past, but what are some other ways that students can get involved with like EWB USA, just beyond like the student chapter level?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I will say another, I think, kind of unique aspect of EWB is the opportunity that you can step in at 18 years old as a student at a university, join, get involved, and it can be a lifelong experience. We have folks that are well into retirement that are still engaged. So there's an entire journey you can go through. As a student, the first step is absolutely to get involved with your local student chapter. Many of our student chapters are connected with professional chapters. And so through that collaboration, you get exposure to a whole different group of volunteers. And I think that partnership and that collaboration is an incredible experience. There's also opportunities through our governance structure, and this is the Council of Regional Presidents, where we have state representatives and region representatives and a whole host of different kind of opportunities where you can step into leadership roles. And additionally, if you check out Volunteer Village, you will see endless opportunities of different ways to volunteer, to get engaged. The other thing that I would really encourage people to do is we do have formal mentoring programs. I mentor in EWB professional. In fact, I mentor several. And one of my mentees has been going on for several years, and we've just developed a real close friendship at this point. So I encourage you to raise your hand, reach out, get a mentor, become a mentee to a new student coming in. And I just say, get involved.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely have a lot of mentors from EWB, and people like say all the time in the organization, but I definitely think that like people who are in this organization will be with you forever, and just like the relationships that you make are really meaningful. So that's awesome to hear that that continues like beyond student chapter and also into professional chapters too. My next question is kind of looking forward. What direction do you think EWB USA is like headed into, and what are kind of some plans that the organization has for the future?
Yeah, and that's another great question. So every 5 years we embark on a strategic plan update, and that happened in 2020 amidst the global pandemic, which was kind of a good time to really challenge our thinking. And coming out of the strategic plan, we set 3 priorities. One is really deepening our impact. So we are broad, we're in 38 countries, we work across multiple segments, but what we want to do, really focus over the next 5 years, is going deep, really embedding in the communities to understand what are all of their needs and strengthen what we've already done further. The second priority is developing human capacity. So the reason we're possible, why we exist, is because of our communities and partnership with the volunteers. And what we want is everybody has the ability to reach their full potential. So we're setting up pathways. So as a volunteer, as I mentioned, you can get involved at 18 and spend your whole life involved in some different way. We also want to create opportunities for people in our communities. They get incredible, rich interaction with students and with our professional volunteers. But how can we, further strengthen that so that they can get even more benefits out of it than just the infrastructure project? So that's something we're taking a look at. It is obviously, this organization is all about people, and we want to recognize that and understand, how we can create even further opportunity. And one of the focuses you're also going to see more on is the aspect of being an organization where everybody belongs. So we have an intersectionality committee, and we're going to continue to further and strengthen that. And then our third pillar is really around resilience, and a lot of that came out of being in a global pandemic. But this idea of, everybody needs to adapt, and we all know that over the last 18 months, we've all done it in every aspect of our life. And as we look forward, climate resiliency is going to be, it's been a part of our organization, but it's going to be even further strengthened through our programs and our processes. Additionally, we're looking at different ways of how do we've been very successful the first 20 years as an organization and how we're structured. How do we want to be structured going forward? So we'll take a look at that from resiliency. So lots to come. We're in the second year of our 5-year plan, and we continue down that journey.
That's very exciting. Yeah, when you talk about resiliency, I definitely think that like our chapter 2 has even had to experience a lot of that and kind of like adapt with that, especially with COVID last year and having to do a lot of events online. But like looking forward, we also have a lot of plans to kind of like change our organizational structure, maybe take on some new projects, and just kind of like plan for like more members and a bigger org and a better org. So that's super exciting to hear that like EWB in general is just going down a very exciting path.
That's awesome. Fun fact is that the person interviewing Jackie is actually Lily Liu, and she has been in EWB for a very long time. Last year she was one of the international project leads, and this year she was the VP of International Projects. But she's actually spending this semester in Hawaii, which we are all very jealous of. But she's done a lot of really awesome work for EWB.
Definitely, yeah. She's been a stable part of our international projects here, and we miss you a lot, Lily. We're looking forward to you to come back. So kind of a little bit about that skit there, that interview. Jackie O'Brien, like they talked about, she was an alma mater of Ohio State, and she's now the CEO of EWB USA. So she was able to come to Ohio State, and we were able to put a whole event on, and she was able to speak to all of us. Awesome event. We had a lot of people come out. Definitely a really cool experience. We got to get a glimpse as to how she started her career, how she evolved into the position that she's in now. Yeah. So it was a really eye-opening experience. She talked also a bit about, opportunities after graduation, which is cool. For people that are graduating soon, it's kind of cool to get that idea because, obviously, in a humanitarian engineering club, we're all about volunteering and helping out. So after college, we're always looking to do that as well. Did you have any other takeaways from the interview?
I really enjoyed getting to know Jackie when she was here at OSU, and it was great to see that interview again, to refresh some of those ideas and all of that. So let's take a look at some of our recent donors. Oh my gosh, an all-star team up here. We've got Caroline Codell, Robbie Kumar, and Nick Johnson. Thank you all for your recent donations. That brings our total up to $560. Very exciting. We're working our way up there, so keep donating. Hit that donation link that's in the chat and in the description for this live stream. And you might see Joe and I do some crazy things once we reach certain levels. Yep. So
we are, we're pretty warm. We're very close to mild. So we're very excited to keep that going. Also, not quite sure who put that picture in there. They could have used a more recent one.
That's me.
Oh, is that you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they could have used some more recent pictures, maybe some nicer looking pictures. But luckily they blocked our eyes out, so you can't really tell it's us. Yeah. Next up, we're actually going to look at a couple TikToks. Actually, also, if you want to donate through Venmo, instead of putting your card information in the donation link, you can go ahead and do that at Emery-Monig, EMERY-MONNIG. He is our VP of Finances here at EWB, and would love to take your donations in, and we would love to have them as well. Again, they're going towards great causes, and we really appreciate you guys keeping those coming. So next up, we're going to go look at some TikToks that our TikTok star, Katie, has been an ample part of our new TikTok here at EWB.
Yeah, and if you guys want to follow our TikTok, it's at EWB Ohio State, all lowercase, no spaces, no hyphens, nothing. So just a plug. So yeah, let's check some of those out.
Snot girl, I think you dropped something. My jaw. Snot girl, I think you dropped something. My jaw. Snot girl, I think you dropped something. My jaw.
I'm not here living though. 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 I'm not here living.
Those are so fun to watch and honestly even more fun to make. I've really enjoyed like pulling some of our members to make these TikToks. It's like a fun like kind of creative thing that we get to do to like blow off steam, and it's all pretty relatable to us.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, very fun.
Also, a little fun fact, in between the past 2 interviews, we actually made a TikTok. So we're making them as we go. We just keep making them. They're fun to make. I do believe one of those ones actually hit, was it 12,000 views on TikTok?
Yeah, over 12,000 views. The first one you saw actually hit over 12,000 views, which is kind of impressive. Just saying.
Yeah, so we're getting some traction, that's for sure.
We're kind of famous. Yeah. What can I say?
Alrighty. I think we're gonna throw it to our next skit, one that I'm very, very excited for, and that is Hot Ones. For those that don't know what Hot Ones is a I think it was a show. I think it started a YouTube channel though. Is a guy interviews pretty famous people, not as famous as myself and Katie here, and they eat really spicy wings, and it's fun to watch them, you know, struggle through that.
Yeah. So let's watch the first part of this.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? From Engineers Without Borders, we're doing Hot Ones based on First We Feast. If you don't know, it's basically a show where we take about 10 sauces, in this case 5 for time, and we go from 1,800 Scoville units to over 2 million. So, you guys ready today?
No. Nope.
So it's known typically as the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. So today we have Lily Liu. She is our Vice President of International Projects. We also have Emery Monik, he is our Vice President of Finance. Following that, we also have Noah Sheridan. He's our Vice President of Local Project Relations. And then we also have one of our international project leads. So we're going to save the actual proper introductions for right now until we can actually crank up the heat, all right? Ready to get into this?
Okay, awesome.
All righty. So we start off today with a wing that's with the classic sauce, and that has 1,800 Scoville units. And for those at home who don't know, Scoville units are the measurement of spice, or, in my opinion, pain. But, yeah, let's go ahead, guys.
Do you just go? That's it?
Yeah, we just go.
Cheers.
Pretty good.
It's actually not that bad.
Really good. Well, it's a warm-up, so I hope not.
Cooking?
I got nothing on there.
It's really just like the vinegar sauce.
All right. Well, now that we're actually starting to get the heat going up, in just a moment, I want you guys each to go ahead and introduce yourself. Just what are you doing? What are you studying? What's your year? And more importantly, what do you guys do in Engineers Without Borders? Yeah.
All right, I feel it now. Oh my god, I feel it. Do you feel that?
No, I was great.
In your throat?
No.
Is it just me? Oh,
you're having pain.
Get her the trash can. She's starting early.
Do I have to finish the whole thing?
No.
Alright, I'm just gonna. I'm done. Let's
Get some milk. Get some oat milk.
Lily, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll start us off. Oh boy. Alright, I'm Lily. I'm the Vice President of International Projects. My throat really burns right now. I just want you guys all to know that. What were the questions? Year?
Who are you? What's your year? What are you studying?
I'm a senior. I'm studying industrial and systems engineering, and I'm also doing a double major in philosophy.
Okay.
And I'm really distracted right now because my throat hurts. I used to teach yoga on the side.
Okay.
But now I don't teach yoga anymore. I'm also a TA, but now I don't TA anymore.
I'm an EWB.
And EWB. I've done EWB since freshman year. I really enjoyed it, and I think like a big part of the reason why I keep coming back is just the people in it. Definitely got to meet a lot of really cool people. And I have a lot of mentors in the club. I would say I've definitely gotten to learn a lot from like older members of the club, and it's really cool kind of like being an older member of the club now and getting to mentor some like younger people, especially with our mentor-mentee program this year. That's been really awesome. So yeah, love EWB. I'm about to like sacrifice myself for these things and for this award. So yeah.
Very good.
So I'm Emery. I'm a senior in chemical engineering this year. What else do I do? I'm pre-med, so I'm hoping to apply to medical school in the coming year. In EWB, I work with the money, so I'll be in charge of getting all sorts of finances, all the different fundraising that we do throughout the year. I'll be working with that.
Cool. Yeah, I'm Noah. I'm a senior mechanical engineering major. In EWB, I'm a local lead, or I guess my title is VP of Local Relations, but I'm pretty much like a co-lead, and me and my co-lead organize and help manage all of the local projects.
Nice.
Yeah, hi, I'm Robert. I'm a data analytics major. I'm a fake engineer. I was but I'm an international project lead. There's 4 committees in international, and I am a co-lead in one of those committees. So we're working on the project in Ecuador for building schools. We're really excited about getting that started.
Awesome. One question I actually missed, guys. I want to go one-on-one real quick and just say, how are we doing with the heat? How do we like heat? How do we like spicy food? So I think we should start with Lily because she's the one who's showing a good reaction.
Okay, so I actually used to be really good with spicy food, and like a lot of stuff that my parents cooked growing up was like really spicy. So I feel like I used to have a really high spice tolerance, but this year I haven't been like cooking spicy stuff as much, so I feel like my spice tolerance has gone down, and I really enjoy spice, but I wouldn't say I enjoy like spicy. I enjoy like a subtle spice.
Okay.
So like sriracha.
Yeah.
That stuff's delicious.
This
stuff, not delicious.
Yep. Hey, how do you know spice?
I like spice. I put it on a lot of my foods, but I haven't had anything this spicy yet, so we'll see how it goes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I do okay with spice. I'm pretty average, honestly. Sometimes I'm feeling it. My little brother, he loves spice, so sometimes I'll do some competition kind of stuff with him, but I'm never like that great at it.
Good. Yeah, I think pretty good spice too. I like to think I'm above average, but we might find out today that I really am not. So I'm excited to put it to the test.
Okay.
So
I want you to know my entire mouth is already burning.
That's hilarious because mine's not.
Yeah.
My throat, my lips, like everything is burning right now.
Yeah, maybe.
So one of the caveats of our version of this program, right, and this is based on First We Feast program, is typically you have 10 sauces, you go one-on-one, and it slowly ramps up until you get to the big kahuna or the last dab. In this case, for time constraints, we are doing 5, so we're kind of getting pushed there a bit faster than usual, but hopefully it'll make for a good show. But on that, with us handling spice, our next sauce is going to be called Chiba Gold. It's ranked at 25,000 Scoville units, so
up a little bit.
Let's dig in.
Okay.
Why are these wings so big?
Because they're colorful.
Who did that?
Cheers.
Who did that?
I did that. Oh, this one's good.
Yeah, I do like this one.
At least I taste the spice on that one though.
I'm starting with the spice.
It's a good mixture between taste and spice. Like this is a
This
good.
This actually does taste good. I agree. This
It's
does
gonna
taste good.
sneak up on us. It's gonna sneak up on us.
Yeah.
So, for the next question, it's more of like a chime in as you see fit. We're all from different parts of the organization, so I think it'd be a really good idea if everybody kind of goes for their own expertise on this one. So, I'm sure some of our viewers are wondering, what exactly is Engineers Without Borders? What do we do? How does it work? The structure? Just everything about it. So, as you see fit with your expertise, go ahead and chime in. Let's start piecing this together.
I can start with local, I can start with international projects, and then Noah, if you want to talk about like local projects. Okay, cool. So for international projects, usually our international projects take 4 to 5 years. And right now we're starting an international project in Ecuador, and that'll be building a school for a community in Carrera. So they already have like a school building and classrooms, but we're just kind of expanding one of their classrooms so that they can make room for more students. So right now we're in the assessment phase, which means that this upcoming May we'll take a trip to kind of just like visit the village and see what's going on, and then see like whether or not it's feasible for us to continue working on the project. And then we're also in the last phase of a project in Najau. So Najau is a small community in Gambia, which is in West Africa. And then in Najau, we're working on building an irrigation system for a community that has a really long dry season. So we want to be able to extend their growing season. And that project is in its 5th year, I think. So we've taken 2 assessment trips to the community, and then we also did 3 implementation trips. So the first one was a fence. The second one was a solar-powered borehole. I'm feeling the heat. It just like slaps you. Okay. Anyways.
It'll surprise you. It'll sneak up.
Yep, it will. Second implementation was the solar-powered borehole. A solar-powered borehole with a water tank. And then the third one was another water tank and a water tower. And then hopefully this May we'll be able to go back for our final trip, which will be like a monitoring trip. But it's been really cool to just like be able to work on that project and see it kind of from start to finish. Because when I joined my freshman year, we were just starting the implementation phase. So it's been really cool to like see it grow and evolve over the years. And then Robert, do you want to talk about like more of the work that we're doing with Ecuador since you're one of the committee leads?
Yeah. So there's like Lily said, they're still working on the evaluation of their last project. So we're last semester in spring, we decided we're going to start working in Ecuador. So we got 3 committees working on that. We have like a technical committee, which I'm leading, and we're trying to figure out what data collection we need to know if we can build a school there, and what information we need so we can start planning what can we build. So we're really doing a lot of research now, really trying to understand the community, really trying to understand the structure, building regulations. We're doing a lot of translations of documents. They have a lot of documents that they're giving us, so a lot of Spanish to English translation. So it's a lot of good work, a lot of research, but I'm really excited. Just in the beginning phases, and I'm super excited to see where this goes in the next 20 years.
You want to take it away?
So we have some more recent donors. Thank you all so much. So thank you. Shout out to Cheryl Borzos, Patrick Sowers, and TJ McManus for donating. Very much appreciate it. That brings our total up to $800, which is very exciting. Ooh, we're about to reach some new places. So keep donating, keep watching, stay tuned, because eventually it's gonna hit a level and you're gonna see Joe and I do some pretty crazy things, and you're not gonna wanna miss it. So
before we go to the next one, I was told that I cut out a bit. So just real quick, because I love for the story to be told. Last year for the virtual fundraiser, my team had to eat a ghost pepper. We raised a bunch of money for it. Like I said, banana peppers are spicy to me. Ghost pepper is quite a spicy thing. I think it was like maybe 2 million on the Scoville. I can't remember what it was. I have no idea, but it was really horrible. Worst 15 minutes of my life. Truly, it was just so much pain. So again, very happy I was not a part of this one.
Yeah, you definitely want to make sure that's written down in the history books.
Yes,
you
absolutely.
need to repeat that, definitely.
Can't miss that.
So up next, we actually have another thing from last year's Livestream Fundraiser that was deemed the EWB anthem for OSU. So it's actually a little song written by our digital money team, and it's very catchy. So
I do believe, before we listen to it, one of the voices you're hearing is our very own host here, Katie Vatke.
I'm a creative genius. What can I say?
Alrighty, let's go ahead and take a listen.
WB baby, digital money.
Mr. Worldwide, engineers with no borders, international, no project out of order, laying brick and mortar, engaging with new culture. Community designed is the best way forward.
Yes,
Columbus to Najah, we stay communicating, checking on the garden, make sure it's irrigating, flexing committee names and solutions they're creating. We're the favorite in the club. It's time to start donating.
Lego.
It's DM, spitting every syllable. We make this club so irresistible. Funding projects that are just unequivocal. Yes, we are money, digital.
You know you want to be in EWB. Guarantee that engineering degree. You know you want to be in EWB. Hanging out with my boy Matty P. You know you want to be in EWB. You think it every time you see me. You know you want to be in EWB. Having fun, helping those in need.
Hey, what's up? Now it's time for the local in the chat. Yeah, our memes stay vocal. In Columbus, we're humanitarian moguls. COVID may have paused us, never stop, stay hopeful. Hit us up if you want to lend a hand. Partnering with orgs, our project's prepped and planned. And this year, we worked on new ways to expand. You know that you love local, come support our brand.
What's up? Digital Money Original. Our grants feed this club like they're nutritional. Slide in DMs and make your problems fixable. It's almost too good, you might think we are mythical.
You know you want to be in EWB. Guarantee that engineering degree.
Okay.
You know you want to be in EWB. Hanging out with my boy Matty P. You know you want to be in EWB. You think it every time you see me.
That's right.
You know you want to be in EWB. Having fun, helping those in need.
Hey. FMS, we're behind the scenes. Fundraising, financing your dreams. Marketing, they show us off by any means. And social keeps us connected behind our screens. Our blood, sweat, and tears is the reason you're here. You can thank us later for success in your careers.
You're welcome.
EW bangers help us persevere. Put your money where your mouth is. Keep the stream in gear.
You know you want to be in EWB, guaranteed that engineering degree.
Hey.
You know you want to be in EWB, hanging out with my boy Matty P. Yes, you know you want to be in EWB. You think about it every time you see me. You know you want to be in EWB, having fun, helping those in need.
You know you want to be in EWB. Guarantee that engineering degree. You know you want to be in EWB. Hanging out with my boy Matty P. You know you want to be in EWB. You think it every time you see me. You know you want to be in EWB. Having fun, helping those in need.
WB NEWB, baby. Digital money.
It's always fun to hear that again. Not gonna say we didn't spend a lot of time making that, but it's definitely been a crowd favorite here at OSU UWB.
Always worth it. A lot of hours put in.
Yeah.
But the end product's all what we care about.
Yeah.
Had a little dance party here during
We
it.
did.
So
We did.
Unfortunately, you missed that. But we had 2 minutes of just a bunch of dancing around, so that was pretty fun.
Yeah. But maybe if you donate, maybe
might-
that's the crazy thing that Joe and I are gonna do.
we
Who
can keep
knows?
that- yeah, maybe we
Who
can
knows?
put that on screen. So going over to our donor list, we've got some big names here. First is my mother, Dee. Thank you for your donation. Ryan Cartwright, our former president and former host for the first Livestream Fundraiser. Shout out Ryan Cartwright. Appreciate your donation. And an anonymous donor, a little cryptic. Love that though. Thank you. Again, we love having the donations come in. It's going to support great causes, so we really, really appreciate that.
Brings our total up to $850. So like we said, keep donating. We reach a certain level, Joe and I are gonna do something a little crazy. You're not gonna want to miss it ever. So, just keep donating. You'll see. You'll see. So, you want to introduce the next skit?
Yeah. Next up, we are doing a Master Chef skit where, oh no, we're not. Oh, we are. Cool. So doing a Master Chef skit. So that'll be a fun one to watch. I'm excited. We got some cooking. We got some voting. We got some judging. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, welcome you three chefs to MasterChef OSU Campus Columbus. So you three have been nominated for this competition, and we're here to find out who just is the best chef in Engineers Without Borders. Now, there's a few things you're going to win from this. You win the grand prize, you're going to go ahead and get $20. I know it's a lot of money. I know. Make sure you don't spend it all in one place. You're going to get that prize, and don't get wrong, you're going to get the OSU Engineers Without Borders MasterChef trophy. Now, keep in mind, when you win this competition, you get bragging rights beyond belief as well. We're here to see just what we can do with a very interesting set of ingredients. Here we have what we call the Campus Dorm Edition. We have ramen, we have different pieces of gum, as well as some Doritos and some different cup cereal. So it's a very weird set of ingredients, but we're going to see what you guys can do. I have one question for you guys. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, you guys have 30 minutes to complete this challenge, and your time starts now. All right, so we're back here with Engineers Without Borders Master Chef, and right now I'm here with Louie. Louie, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yes, my name is Louie Milleragno. I'm a second-year biomedical engineering student here at Ohio State. A little bit about my cooking background. I've grown up watching my mother cook in the kitchen and my father cook in the kitchen. I personally have cooked grilled cheese 3 times before. But I think the skill will come to me when I need it. I've watched a lot of cooking, so I think I'll be okay in that aspect.
It's glad to know we're in the presence of a gourmet chef,
Yes.
but we have such weird ingredients here. What are you planning on doing?
So I plan on making some sort of mac and cheese type dish. I picked up some chicken from Scott too, so maybe I'll throw that in there.
Okay, everybody should know as the judge, mac and cheese is my favorite food, so he gets a few bonus points. But on to the more important questions. Just how honored are you to be here today?
I am so honored. As I said, I really haven't done much cooking in the past, but being on a cooking show has been one of my life goals. So I'm truly honored to be on the Engineers Without Borders cooking challenge.
And we're glad to have you here. So our grand prize, $20. It's a lot of money. What are you planning on doing if you win that grand prize?
I plan on getting a little ambitious with it. I'm probably going to take my $20 across the street to Chipotle and order a double steak bowl with guacamole and queso. I think the $20 should be able to cover it.
Words from a wise man right here. So, you ready to go?
I am. I'm ready.
Let's get to it. All right, guys, welcome to Master Chef for Engineers Without Borders. I'm here with Aspen. Go ahead and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Aspen. I'm a second-year biomedical engineering major here at Ohio State. I've been cooking pancakes for breakfast for the past 10 years of my life. So I'm pretty experienced, you could say.
Good to hear that. Good to hear that. So what do you plan to do today?
Not exactly sure. I see some chicken out here and some beef-flavored ramen, so maybe some like beef chicken noodle soup or something like that.
Okay, definitely diverse set of ingredients.
Yes.
Very excited to see what you do. You know, the most important question, in my opinion, is how honored are you to be on this segment?
I am so honored. My grandmother, she was an amazing chef, and she taught me a lot of skills, and I just really want to show the world what I can do, and really not disappoint my grandma, but at the same time, I probably still will.
No doubt, you're definitely going to make her proud, at least somewhat. But you know what? The biggest question of all is the $20 grand prize. If you win that, what are you going to do with it?
That's a good question. I've always wanted to take a trip to Italy, so I think that'll cover a majority of the expenses. Definitely help out quite a bit. So.
Perfect. All right, well, we're all excited to see what you can do tonight, and you're definitely going to see if we can prove ourselves.
Thank you. Sound good? Yep, I'm ready to go.
Good. All right, we're back here, Engineers Without Borders Master Chef. Now I'm here with Alan. Alan, tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name's Alan Chow. I've had cooking aspirations for the last 5 years. Very excited to be on the show, and I'm a second-year computer science major.
Perfect. Now the big question here is we have such diverse ingredients, so what are you planning on doing?
You know, I'm not too sure yet. I think that I'm going for like a kind of sweet dessert maybe.
Okay.
But I really want to focus on the presentation to make sure it looks nice.
Very excited to see what you produce. You know, the biggest question, as we said before, is just how honored are you to be on this segment?
Really honored. This is like my life goal to be on this show and to win it. And, you know, my parents have been grinding to give me an opportunity to be on the show in the first place. So now that I'm finally here, I really just want to show the world what I can do.
I'm really glad we could fly you out here today. I know you're going to perform well. Another thing, you know, the grand prize, $20. It is big. Some people just can't get that in their lifetime. But what are you planning on doing if you win the grand prize?
You know, I think I'm just going to take that money and invest it into my Roth IRA. I think that'd be a really good, like, financially secure move for my retirement.
Perfect. Sounds good. Well, listen, we're very excited to see what you do here. Very excited to see what you put together. But you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Let's get out there.
So right now I'm going for a little bit of a pancake batter sauce. I really think it'll give a nice kick to the ramen noodles that I'm about to cook up.
So I'm bringing some water to a boil here to make some mac and cheese. Of course, I'm going to have noodles 2 ways because I'm trying to really impress the judges here, and noodles 1 way is boring.
So I'm not sure what Aspen's doing. He just put 2 cooked chicken in an empty pan. Mine's going to go pretty good though.
Aspen here. I put my 2 pre-cooked chicken breasts in the pan to make sure they're actually cooked because we got them from Scott.
So I plan on adding some chicken to my mac and cheese as well to really gives a protein kick there. But of course, boring plain old chicken is not very flavorful, so I'm going to be adding some cinnamon Altoids to season my chicken.
It's a bit concerning. I hope it's not food hazardous.
I now have my ramen in the pan cooking. I don't know what Alan's doing. It's looking kind of fishy.
All right, Chef Emery, so we're here today with our 3 contestants, and you've been cooking for over 30 years. With a very diverse set of ingredients we've been given, what kind of ideas would you have to cook?
So I think it's important for a competition like this to be daring. You don't want to stay safe because in safety you drop to the bottom really quickly. So some of the ingredients, I'm thinking immediately some sort of ramen dish, potentially Doritos plus some gummy bears. I don't know, spice it up a little. I'm excited to see what they're thinking.
Perfect. And enough of words from Master Chef, but you know what the real question is, our contestants, how do we feel about them?
You know, it was a little bit hairy right at the beginning there, but I think we're going to have some great dishes when we see it at the end.
Perfect. I will see you out there.
Sounds good. See you there. So, Chef Johnson, with countless years of cooking expertise, what sort of dishes would you use with these ingredients?
You know what, just as you said, 2 professional chefs think alike. I was debating doing a ramen linguine with a gummy bear zest on top and then maybe garnish it with some of the cereal from the dish. But that's my personal experience. I'm very excited to see what we're given.
And what are you thinking of our contestants for this?
You know, I'm still pretty wary. It seems like there's not much of an idea for structure as to what we're actually creating. It's on the fly, but I'm not going to let that sway my opinion. I hope that we can see some very important dishes here, and I'm hoping that we can get some good tasting food.
Fantastic. We'll see you out there.
See you out there.
So I have successfully chopped up my cinnamon Altoids, but as everyone knows, if I try to season this while my chicken is dry, it's obviously not going to stick. So first I'm going to add some of this lovely green sauce here that I got from Scott and add it onto the chicken, then coat it.
I'm now just adding my pancake batter and ramen into the microwave. I'm hoping for a nice medium rare from this cook right here.
So I'm now adding my ramen into my water now that it's been brought to a slow boil. I'm gonna let that sit for a few minutes and get nice and cooked there. Also, I realized something I forgot. The chicken ramen comes with chicken seasoning. What better to season chicken with? So I'm gonna add that to my scrumptious mixture.
All right, now that my ramen is done, I'm going to toss it in the bowl. Let it marinate in some peanut butter. Yeah, that looks good.
God, that's disgusting. Okay, my pancake batter sauce is now ready. I'm gonna go for a little bit of a breakfast theme. I think I'm gonna garnish it with a little bit of Fruit Loop.
Alan, we've got a money question on the table right now. When you were first revealed your ingredients, what was your first reaction? What were you thinking?
You know, I was pretty shocked that you would make us do that. I think that is, it was definitely a creative challenge for me, but I think I adapted pretty well to it. I'm going for a bit of a breakfast theme right now.
Okay.
And I think that'll turn out pretty well.
Perfect. Well, we're very excited to taste your dish. Keep it going, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, ask a very important question that just got brought up.
Yes.
When we first revealed our ingredients, what was your first reaction?
I was happy. I saw the ramen and the peanut butter, and I thought that'd make a perfect mix together. I also have the chicken over here. I reheated that. Somehow I'm gonna incorporate it all together, and I'm sure it'll taste great.
Perfect. Thank you, Chef. We're very excited to see what you have.
Thank you.
All right, Chef Louis, very important question here.
Yes.
When we first revealed those ingredients, what was your first reaction?
Oh, you know, I wasn't too fazed, honestly, at first. Seeing most of these ingredients I can find in my dorm room. You know, these are ingredients that I'm used to. You know, I live in an environment with them, so I was almost somewhat relieved to see these ingredients revealed to me today.
Perfect. Definitely ready to see your experience come through here. Thank you, Chef,
Thank
and
you.
keep going.
All right, next up, I'm going to add my chicken gravy to the ramen here.
You can actually brush on that.
That was an expression. I guess those are the things you have to deal with in this environment, unexpected challenges. Good thing I made noodles 2 ways, now that my noodle intake has been decreased by my opponent.
All right, it's just been added. It smells delicious. Very excited to present this to the judges. I'm gonna look to add a bit more to this plate because I think it's a little incomplete right now.
So here's a pro tip. If your knife is really dull, but you do have an apple slicer, one way to cut it is set the apple slicer on there, then push down. Oh no. And there you go. You have, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 perfect pieces of cut chicken. All right, so we're almost there. It's actually looking pretty good now. We have the.
Can I grab one of those?
Oh yeah, no problem with it. So we have the ramen base with the peanut butter marinating it, and then we have the chicken, some spinach, butter, and tomatoes on top.
So I now went to go plate my dish. I mixed the 2 noodles together, and I chopped up my chicken into an interesting pattern. I'm trying to make it look like a hand sticking out of the bowl, actually. You know, this would be the thumb, and then, you know, pointer finger, middle finger right there, ring finger and pinky. I think it's looking pretty good. I hope the judges like it.
It seems that the judges have forgotten to give us sugar, so I'm gonna use this Jell-O mix. Here's me pouring it in.
All right, I think I'm almost on my final step. The final touch, other than the candy corn, is gonna be some oil. Just gotta, yeah, as much as you want. You can never go wrong with too much oil. I think that's good. Maybe a little bit more. So we have the ramen base with the peanut butter, marinating it. And then we have the chicken, some spinach, butter, and tomatoes on top. So
I realized my dish needed a bit of a crunch factor to it, so I will be adding some Doritos to it. Obviously, the cheese flavor of the Doritos will complement well my mac and cheese. It's going to add a nice crunch to it.
Okay, we got a bit of an experiment going on. I've never tried cooking with candy corn, so we're going to see what happens. I put it in the microwave for a little bit. I think it'll be a great addition to my dish. Candy corn, actually, to stick some of my ingredients for presentation. I think it looks really good right now. I think the judges are very impressed.
So, Alan, as we get closer to the end of the time period, have you had any hiccups in the plating or preparation of this dish?
Yeah, I really struggled. I didn't expect the pancake batter to not work in the microwave, so that was certainly a hurdle for me, but I really think I adapted to it pretty well.
We like that you're staying on your feet.
Thank you very much.
We'll love to see the final product.
Thank you.
Hey, Aspen, as we're going on, just want to know if you've had any issues so far with your preparation of the dish.
I wouldn't say so. I think it looks pretty good. Right now I'm working on a soup.
Okay.
As you can tell.
Very interesting. It looks like a very exciting soup.
Bubblegum flavor, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the soup. So, Louis, as we're wrapping up, what was the hardest part of this dish preparation for you?
You know, one thing that really got to me was the differing flavor profiles from some of the ingredients we had. There was a lot of sweet ingredients that I wanted to try and utilize to really, bring some dimensions to my dish, but definitely not something I considered coming in. So that was probably the hardest part for me.
Okay, well.
Wow. That was definitely a sight to see. We've got some pretty innovative chefs here in UWB. We're a lucky little bunch.
Yeah, a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Still kind of processing everything that just happened.
Yeah.
What did you have a favorite dish so far, or favorite contestant maybe?
I really loved when Aspen used the apple slicer to cut the chicken. I just thought that was so creative, and like really innovative. Yeah, definitely. We are an innovative club.
Yeah. Don't forget, we are mostly engineers, so
Yeah.
we like to, engineer everything we can do.
Exactly, and that's exactly what you were seeing.
Yeah. I liked, so first off, the ramen, I can't remember who it was. I want to say Louis or, no, I think it was Aspen too. Maybe. Whoever had the ramen square that they said was cooked, it was totally a block of ramen still. So we're definitely going to might need to give some lessons on that aspect of it. And then there was about a half jar of peanut butter dumped all over it.
Chunky peanut butter.
Chunky peanut butter, yes, very important. Very interesting take.
For the texture.
Yeah, that could be a big help for the texture. I'm looking forward to seeing when the judges actually able to taste it to see what they come up with.
I'm really excited for that.
Yep, so stay tuned then, because we have, and I think one more of those. We're gonna have the judging of the food, so stay tuned on that.
Yeah, you're not gonna want to miss that.
No. Have you curious? You're in the spirit of cooking. Are you a big chef at home, or what? You big cook or no?
Yeah, I would say I'm a pretty big chef. Actually back when I was younger, my friends and I used to play Chopped, like basically kind of like this, but we were like, 10. So we were making even more creative dishes. So we would just go into our pantry and pull anything out, put the timer on and go.
Any favorite one that you can think of, or?
One time we mixed chicken broth with orange juice as like a drink for like a dish, a side dish for one of our main meals.
That definitely works.
Yeah,
that definitely works.
It was so scrumptious.
I bet.
How about you?
Not really a chef in the slightest. I've got breakfast down. I usually just make some eggs for breakfast. Lunch, I kind of just find some things. Dinner though, I'm hopeless. I don't know what to make for dinner. I usually just stick with pasta because it's the easiest thing to do.
You could probably learn something from
I
this.
Probably
then.
could, yeah.
You should probably make some of these recipes.
I was actually taking notes. I was taking notes.
I watched him. He had a whole notebook and everything.
Whole notepad. So I'm looking forward to maybe bringing those ideas to the kitchen.
Oh, absolutely. Let's take a look at some of our recent donors. Thank you, Nicholas Ragon. Thank you, Simran Chandawarkar, and thank you, Hannah Klinger, for donating to our Livestream fundraiser. You guys helped bring the total up to $945. What? That's so crazy. So, like I said, if you keep bringing it up, you're going to see Joe and I do some crazy things. So you're definitely going to want to stick around for that.
You are. Yeah, so we are almost that $1,000 milestone.
Yeah.
So a little bit, more. We'll be into that range. Then we're going to keep on tracking to 2,000.
Yes.
We're on the up and up. We're going to keep going up until we're done.
Yes.
So next up, we're actually going to have another TikTok.
Yep. You want to take it?
Sorry about the technical difficulties. We had a little trouble with some video and audio. But I do think that we are back live. So, really quickly, we'll just go through kind of maybe what you might have missed. So Maggie Miles was, like I said before, our former president. She is now working at EWB USA.
Mm-hmm.
She's very passionate about Engineers Without Borders and has always been, and is a great role model for our club.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So we have an interview with her, talking a little bit about her experience at EWB and at EWOSU and all of that great stuff. So let's check it out.
Wait, are we going back to it?
We're not.
We might not
Never
be going
mind.
back to it. We're actually...
Scratch that.
Scratch
Rewind.
That. We're actually going to go into hot ones next. So,
ooh.
Yes, if you remember, we had some of our members eating very spicy wings, and yeah, there's our little scene. So, anything looking forward to in this one?
I'm looking forward to seeing people sweat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Starting asking
yeah.
the tough questions.
Scoville units are going up.
Yeah.
And things are getting hot.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know we do a lot of work internationally. That's sort of one of the things that I feel like is one of our staples. But another one is definitely our local projects. So, yeah, no, let's get the scoop.
Yeah. So local projects. Usually for local projects, we have more projects going on that are shorter term. So our projects are about a semester long, but we also have some that go for 2 or 3 semesters. And usually how it works is we meet up with a nonprofit or a student organization in Columbus, and we kind of just see if they have any engineering problems or anything we can kind of help out with. This includes expanding urban tree nurseries. We actually built some fences for an animal shelter for socializing dogs. We worked with Buckeye Precious Plastics to make upcycled bags, recycling bags, and yeah, so usually we have about 3 or 4 projects per semester. This semester we had 4. We worked with Delco Water in Delaware. We looked up some new renewable energy solutions for their power plant to kind of get a little bit of their energy back and lower the water bill for the people in that area. We're working with Wineland Park Urban Tree Nursery, which we actually had an implementation day today. We actually put in 2 new raised beds over there to expand their tree nursery yield by 3. Other projects we're working on include Drippy, which we're working with Local Matters and the Global Water Institute to install a low tunnel over one of their community gardens, and then 2 low tunnels on either side of their community garden, and then a high tunnel over the top of their big one, and then also a drip irrigation system. And then finally, our biggest project we're working on right now is what we call Buzzies, and it's kind of a product development project where we're making a therapy tool that's very similar to EMDR therapy. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Before? Okay, yeah, awesome. So,
Well, I mean, some people at home actually might not. So if you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to just give like a little bit of an overview, I think that'd be great.
Sure, yeah. So what the device is a controller and 2 motors, and the 2 motors kind of vibrate back and forth in your hands. The person's able to hold this, and this stimulates both sides of your brain to mimic REM sleep, more or less. And this helps with thought processing, going through stress, anxiety, and these devices are actually very expensive and hard to obtain. So we wanted to make one that is cheap and that we can distribute to the Columbus area, specifically get to some students as well.
Definitely good to be hearing about that outreach and everything. But so for both these local and international projects, there's definitely got to be some way to fund this every single time. So we have the expert here of money.
Money team.
Memory.
So I'm the vice president of finance, or the treasurer of EWB. I work in FMS, which is fundraising, marketing, and social, and we're kind of the behind the scenes grunt work that goes on in the club. We do a lot of different fundraisers throughout the year. We do the live stream, which this will be currently on. We do a bunch of different food fundraisers, volunteering through different organizations on campus, and just making sure that we have enough money so that all of our different groups and projects get the funding that they need.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I definitely think all four of those together gives us a really good picture of what EWB is, and hopefully can answer pretty much any basic questions that we have. But you know, I'm not feeling it quite. I don't think anybody else is. Lily might be. I might be
Getting a little bit. Getting a little sniffly.
Let's turn up these burners. We're going to go to 36,000 Scoville units with Los Calientes. Okay?
Ooh, okay.
Let's give her a try.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. Dink.
This one's a little bit spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Clean the bone.
This one is spicy. Yep.
I will say, oh, I'm a fan. I got a little bit down my throat, but
Yeah, it hit my throat.
hit my throat when I was about to speak.
I think this one is the spiciest, like, immediate spice. And I think the first one was the spiciest, like, throat spice. So far. So far.
There's nothing on this one.
I wouldn't be surprised if you got cross-contaminated on the first one.
Okay.
I
Okay. The first one, I was like...
The may have bumps in transit.
Well, it works out to our benefit because if we end up going through this and we don't have enough spice, we can just put a little extra in the last one.
we don't need that. We don't need that.
All right. So, while everybody kind of starts to begin suffering, I'd like to hit you guys with some personal questions, and hopefully you don't know where these are coming from, but these are just little things that I think can use a little bit more context, some more details. So, Lily, we're going to start with you, all right?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Some people see a tattoo as something that's permanent and irreversible.
It is permanent and
There's a rumor
irreversible.
going around that you have a very personal tattoo that you'd like to talk about, or we'd like to
Am I
talk
allowed
about.
to share this?
I don't know. I hope so.
Are you?
Like...
I don't know.
No, like,
can
actually,
pause.
there
I
are, like,
actually don't know.
parents watching.
I don't know. Are we allowed to or not?
I mean, I will, but, like...
We can share it and edit it out later.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay,
That'd be fine.
sure.
I actually don't know.
Okay. Alright, I have a lot of tattoos. There is one in particular that is probably the one that you're thinking about. So I have a lip tattoo in honor of how much I love EWB. So if you don't donate money right now, but yeah, to prove how much I love EWB, I got a lip tattoo that says EW baby, because I'm EW baby. And then last year's president, who's Ryan Cartwright, who will probably be on this live stream later, also has a lip tattoo. And his says,
Well, thank you for that. Definitely just something, I feel like it's something, one of the most interesting things you can do, and especially involving interests that borders. Not a good big crossover there.
Yeah.
No, I'd like to go to you next. Okay. So from an anonymous source, right? I was told that something happened, not exactly with you, but you had the details behind it. Some story about your girlfriend and her head being attracted to a tennis racket. I guess there's some story behind this. I was told to check up on it.
what?
Yeah, I did not hit my girlfriend.
Now we're inferring. That's how we're inferring.
I think you're referring to a Halloween party.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so funny enough, my co-lead for local projects also has a long distance relationship going on, and her boyfriend was in town, and my girlfriend was in town, and we happened to be at the same Halloween party, and her boyfriend was a tennis player for Halloween, so he had a tennis racket, and he was getting into it. He was like swinging his racket and stuff, and my girlfriend, I'm not sure where she was standing, but she happened to catch it in the back of the head, and it was like, but it turned out fine. She didn't get anything. Like, it was completely
Definitely not inferring anything. I just want to make sure we get that across.
No, it was not a big deal.
It was not from Noah.
It was not from Noah. All right, perfect. Well, thank you for that. I'm about to say, I don't know where these stories are going. These are more like sources I was provided. So we'll see. We'll see. But Emery, you are next. So on a recent EW fall break, that was a great time for everybody, I think.
Yes.
But I was told of a certain occurrence, a certain night where you felt the need to swap shoes because it was only fair that way. And I'd like to get the scoop on why.
So we're in the middle of the woods in our fall break trip, and I wanted to take a walk, a midnight walk, as you do when you're in the woods. So
We
I
wanted
got a
to see the
couple-
stars.
Yeah, so I got a couple on a group. So it was me, Lily. Was there anyone else? I think
Natalie was there.
Natalie was also there. Another EWB member. So we started walking down trail. Did we have a map? No. We were just going. We were just hoping to find something out in the woods. We got like half a mile or so, and then we decided to just turn around because we didn't see anything. But when we turned around, I decided to swap only one of my shoes with Lily, who's about 3 sizes smaller than me. And then we walked half a mile back in the wrong. It was like a flip flop. So a wrong size flip flop. I completely stretched out her flip flop, and I got like 3 blisters from that. So
Was it worth it is the question.
it was totally worth it.
Was it?
That's all
Was it worth it? My flip-flop is still
Chris
stretched
is
out.
ruined. Yeah, mine was fine.
Oh boy. Well, thank you for that. But I knew there was something definitely behind that we had to hear about. Robert.
Yes.
So, you have a buddy named Gus, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, there was a time you were going to the restroom with Gus and you forgot something locked up. Is that right?
Yeah, this is
What
true.
happened there? What got locked up?
This is true. We led to a good excursion. So I'm a fake engineer, right? I'm in the data analytics major. And in Pomeranian, which we actually do have our EWB meetings, there's the data analytics lounges. So to get into the data analytics lounges, you have to swipe in. The only way you can get in is with a data analytics card. So I had my card swiped in. My friend Gus is not in the data analytics major. We get into the room. No one's there. It's just us. We're like, great. Studied a little bit, and then we're like, you know what? I think I got to use the restroom. Gus is also like, yep, I think I have to go too. So we both walk out, and he looks at me. He's like, did you remember your card? And I said, no, I did not remember my card. So we're like, okay, that's fine. We're in the data analytics building. We'll find someone here that has a card. We ask everyone in the building. No one has a card. And we're like, okay, that's fine. There's a couple of janitors here. We go up to the janitors. We found out it's their first day on the job, and they don't have any swipe access. So we're like, okay. Well, there's Mirror Lake right down the hall. We'll just go to Mirror Lake. Surely, there's a manager there. The one manager that had the key access was not there that day. So we're like, okay, it's okay. I have my phone. I'm going to go contact some of my friends in data analytics, see if they got key cards. No problem. And I was going to take a line bike, right? So I go outside, get a line bike, but then realized my driver's license, I had to renew my driver's license, and it was not updated, so I couldn't use my line bike.
Wait, what?
Meanwhile, it was
It needs to be valid.
Meanwhile, it was very cold outside, and I was definitely not dressed for the occasion. So Pomeranian's on south. I go all the way up to one of my friends on north to go get the card. He tells me he's missing access to one room. And we're in data analytics room. So there was a girl from my high school that's in data analytics as well. I remember I didn't have her number, but there's another girl from my high school that does have her number, and she lives on my floor. So I walked to her room, I knock on the door, and her roommate's there. And she's like, oh, hey, she's in the shower right now, come on in. So she leads me to her dorm room, and I'm talking with her roommate. And all of a sudden, she walks in with nothing but a towel on. And it was a very awkward experience. She's like, why are you here, Robert? I'm like, I have one quick question. So I ended up getting the phone number, calling my friend from high school, getting the key card, and finally unlocking my stuff. It took a total of an hour and a half.
Oh my
gosh. It was an excursion.
Oh my gosh.
It was a good time.
Wow. Did not expect that.
Yeah.
Robert, that was really good storytelling.
That was a really good story.
That was really good storytelling.
So, we just had a sauce that was rated 35,000 Scoville units. I'm feeling okay. How you guys feeling right now?
Great.
I feel okay. I actually feel okay.
So, this is just based on how we chose the sauces, but this is the jump. We go from 35,000 Scoville units to 136,000.
Why would you do that? Like, literally, why would you do that?
It'll be fun! Anyway, let's go.
The bomb.
Cheers. Let's get dink it.
Johnson! I'm taking a small bite.
Clear the wing. Oh.
I'm not clearing the way yet.
Oh!
I'm clearing the wing.
What is wrong with you?
We're gonna do it.
I don't want to swallow.
Pain is just a concept.
Deep breaths. Keep your mouth open.
Oh god, swallowing is terrible.
Oh my god. Why did you do that? Why did you go from 3,000 to 100,000?
What was it, like 130?
Oh my god.
135.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. How did you eat the whole thing?
All right, we gotta make sure we keep this show rolling, guys. Woo! So, the next one from First Weekly's normal segment. It's called something I forget.
Oh my god.
Woo!
Dude.
Woo! It's called Explain That Gram. So we do a deep dive on their social media and we pull a picture that needs a little bit more context. So, Lily, unfortunately, you're first.
Lily can't breathe.
We'll come back to you.
Wow, some tea was definitely spilled there. It's definitely heating up. Definitely heating up. We
Yes.
still have a whole nother segment of this. Whew.
I honestly forgot that they were eating wings. I was just so entranced in the stories that were being told. Speaking of one of those stories, Noah Sheridan, one of the other VP of local, told us a story about how his girlfriend got hit in the head with a racket.
Yeah.
Ironically, the culprit is someone that's very close to you. Do you want to go ahead and...
So my boyfriend, we were tennis players for Halloween, and so of course we had to bring tennis rackets with us. It's only right.
Play the part.
And Robbie maybe played the part a little too well, and he was just swinging. And unfortunately, Doris was a victim. So so sorry, Doris. She's okay now though. We're all good. We're all fine. But it is pretty funny. We talk about it a lot. So
that is funny.
Yeah.
Curious. So obviously the whole skit is not only eating wings but also interviewing. I'm curious if you had the chance to interview maybe a famous person. Do you have any idea who you would interview?
Ooh, it would be somebody who would have a lot of stories to tell. You know, I'm gonna go with Remy Wolf. She's a singer.
Okay.
She just seems like she'd have a lot of really chaotic stories to tell, and I'm curious to hear them.
Is it right that you just went to her concert as well?
I did.
How was that experience?
It was wonderful. It was very colorful. It was very fun, very lively. So I do think she'd have some crazy stories.
Sure.
What about you?
Tough question. Mine's a bit of a stretch. So recently, I've gotten pretty involved in the James Bond series, specifically Daniel Craig.
Oh, okay. Word.
But I wouldn't want to interview Daniel Craig. I would want to interview James Bond. So I would want to like enter the movie and then interview him there. Obviously, it's totally different. The person you're on the camera versus behind the scenes.
Right.
So I think James Bond's a cool guy. I think me and him are pretty similar.
In what ways, Joe?
Stay tuned as I think of some ways that we are similar. Actually, I've just decided not many, but I would love to be more similar to James Bond. So anything else from that skit?
I'm just looking forward to the next part of it.
I am very
excited. See
excited.
what else is gonna happen.
I know the Scovilles are supposed to heat up. I think they're supposed to get in the millions soon. So I am very, very excited for that.
Burning Up by the Jonas Brothers.
Good song. We might sing that one for you too. That could be something we sing.
Oh, we could.
Let's go take a look at our donor list.
Yeah.
We got little fishies.
Oh.
We can thank Tara Haskett. Thank you, Mrs. Haskett. Appreciate that. As well as Kara Mendez. Thank you for your donations. That brings our total to 1,005.
Woo woo.
Again, like
wonderful.
You guys gotta stop with these. This is me from senior year of high school. I'm not even sure where they got this one. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, keep donating. The link is pinned in the chat and should also be in the description. Click on it. Super easy to make a donation. All your donations are going to our local and international projects. We're doing some really amazing things. You can check us out on our website, also ewbohiostate.com if you're interested in learning a little bit more about our projects. But keep donating because Joe and I have something special up our sleeve once we reach a certain limit. So you're definitely not going to want to miss it. So stay tuned. Up next, we actually have a little piece from Joe himself.
Yeah, so this is a little segment I put together. We're going to be able to hear from some members of EWB and what EWB means to them. I think then, are we going to roll right into Buzzies, which we can talk a bit about unless we come back. We'll figure it out. So yeah, let's go ahead, go over to the segment there. Cool.
EWB, it literally means Engineers Without Borders. You didn't know that.
Okay, EWB to me means the coolest, funniest, smartest people you know that are also engineers or not engineers in the same place that communicate over GroupMe filled with memes.
EWB is a great way to meet new people and really make a true impact on the world and do it while having fun.
EWB means hanging out with amazingly cool people every once in a while.
Engineering with my besties.
EWB to me means sustainable engineering solutions here and abroad, doing some great work with the people I love.
It gives me an excuse to go to Mirror Lake and get chicken fingers.
EW best club ever.
EWB is a fun work environment that gives me an opportunity to get away from school. We produce really high level work, and the main form of communication is memes, which always makes everything a lot better.
So to me, EWB is a lit, crazy movie. That's it.
I'm so grateful for the experience I've had here as president of Engineers Without Borders at Ohio State. I've made so many great friends and memories through this club, and I would not change this experience for the world.
Well, I love engineering and don't like the borders idea, and EWB addresses some real important real world issues, so I'm an avid member.
Well, I actually love the borders and hate engineers, but to each their own.
EWB to me is one group of students who have come together for the common cause of giving back to their community. And it's filled with a bunch of students who are just really compassionate and are looking for an outlet for all of the love that they have swelling up.
Everybody wins, bro.
Looking back on my EWB experience as an old graduated alumni fart, I realized that EWB was probably my favorite thing about my Ohio State experience. It was by far the most real and meaningful project I ever worked on, and it's how I made my best friends. A lot of love for the Ohio State chapter.
To me, EWB is a great way to get a break from school while still doing the engineering work I love, and also meeting fun new people in engineering.
Engineers Without Borders is more than just a service club. It's a community of like-minded individuals that alone could do nothing, but together are able to not just make changes locally and internationally, but make changes that last and changes for the future locally and internationally.
Hey everyone, welcome to our Buzzies project. Here we're designing, building, and planning on distributing 400 to 500 bilateral alternating tactile stimulation devices, which is a mouthful, so we nicknamed it Buzzies. So what are these things? Well, Buzzies are a part of a therapeutic method called EMDR therapy, which stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. During bilateral stimulation portion of EMDR, a patient performs back and forth eye movements, which stimulate the left and right sides of the brain in an alternating fashion. This pattern of brain activation emulates REM sleep, which is a period when each half of the brain is actively communicating with the other.
But why is this important? Well, the period of REM sleep is when our brains are best able to process and reprocess information and emotion. Whether it be chemistry or the Netflix episode you just watched, your brain is able to come to terms with what just happened. A bit of oversimplification, but that's the general idea.
Here's where our Buzzies come in. By buzzing in your left and right hands in an alternating fashion, the brain is activated in a similar pattern to that of EMDR. So when doing this while talking to your therapist, your brain is able to reprocess traumas. When traumas are reprocessed, the emotions attached to them can be desensitized, which, in theory, can effectively alleviate some of the emotional burden and hardship that you were going through.
But these Buzzy devices often haven't been seen outside of therapy, and part of the reason for that is that they can be really expensive. Currently, companies that sell these handheld devices charge hundreds of dollars for just one set. To us and to therapists that use and vouch for the method, that's unacceptable.
Our electrical subcommittee has been prototyping a circuit on a breadboard and on an online simulation tool. Our mechanical sub-team has been designing handheld pods to house the vibrating motors, which will connect to the circuit. Once our design is complete, we will make a printed circuit board and a case to hold it so we can distribute the devices to students.
So that's what Buzzies is all about. We're making these devices affordably from scratch with the intention to give them to our local Columbus community. As we do so, we're leaving our blueprint for anyone around the world that wishes to do the same. Buzzies have proven to be helpful in therapeutic settings, and we believe that everyone should have a chance to use a pair. My name is Megan Rock. I'm a local lead of the electrical side of Buzzies.
My name is Cameron Fry. I am a local lead of the mechanical side of Buzzies.
Hi, I'm Jacob Kiley. I'm an electrical engineer. I mostly just help Eric with the circuits. I'm one of the PCB leads, so I do a lot of the PCB stuff, designing and making sure that everything will fit on our board.
I'm Nico. I work with Jacob and help design the circuit board for the Buzzies.
My name is Elise. I am a junior in mechanical engineering with a minor in science and engineering with public interest. And in Buzzies, I'm on the mechanical sub-team, and right now I'm working on sourcing.
First off, apologize for the technical difficulties. We sent you to a video without even prompting you, so I guess that's pretty exciting. Keep you on your toes.
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah, so let's go back 2 videos. We put together a skit called "What Does EWB Mean to You?" We were able to hear from members of our club, and they were able to tell us, why they love the club, what they like doing in the club, and that was really some cool insight there.
Yeah.
I am curious. We got their opinions. What, Katie, do you think EWB is to you?
I really resonated when people talk about memes. I won't lie. I feel like you and I are pretty big EWB meme makers.
Experts,
if you are in
yeah.
the group me for EWB, you are definitely well aware that Joe and I make multiple memes a week, which is very fun, which I think speaks to the overall EWB at OSU as a club is really lighthearted, and I feel like we have a really strong community, and when we have that strong community, it makes it even more meaningful to work on our projects that are impacting both our local and international communities that we're working with.
Absolutely.
What about you?
Yeah, one of my favorite things, I think, which is slightly touched on from one of our former members, Andrew Dirge, shout out. He talked a little bit about sustainable solutions, which I think is kind of the premise of what EWB at OSU is. When we start projects, we don't just, enter a community and find a solution and implement it. We go to the community, we hear their needs, we work with them to, think of a solution together. And then, behind the scenes, we're working on bringing those solutions to life, and then we're actually implementing them. We're implementing solutions that are sustainable. They're not just going to last a year, a couple months. They're going to last a lifetime. And we provide these communities with the resources and tools that they need to keep these solutions intact and working for quite some time. So that's kind of one of my favorite things. Also, you heard a lot of EWB words.
Yeah.
So one of the things we do is we like to add B words to the end of our club. So like EW Besties. On Saturdays, we play EW basketball. Katie, I'm curious as to what your favorite EWB word is.
EW brunch, definitely.
Brunch.
I'm a big brunch girl. So EW brunch is definitely one of my favorites. Although I do use EW bestie probably most frequently, just because I have a lot of EW besties. Like you're my EW bestie.
Thanks.
So yeah, what about you?
I was gonna say EW Besties as well, just because again it's the one I use the most.
Yeah.
We did go on a bowling social, so we did
fun.
EW bowling, which is another good one. So we're always trying to find ways to incorporate some B words into our club.
Yeah.
And then we went over to Buzzies.
Yeah, that was the next video.
Katie is, as the queen of local, as some say,
Thank you.
can talk to you all about the Buzzies product. So do you want to add anything from the video?
Yeah, so Buzzies is one of the biggest projects we've ever had in local, and one of the longest. Typically, our local projects are about a semester or two long, compared to our internationals about 5 years long. So we're usually pretty short-term projects in local, but Buzzies is going on to be about a 2-year project because we got a big grant from the Ford Education Fund, which is super exciting. So we felt like mental health was like a really big topic, really big issue that honestly like a lot of college students are struggling with. And so making sure that they're tools that are accessible for people and that people know how to use them and how they can work and all of that great stuff was really important to us, especially when a few of us had done like bilateral stimulation before. So yes, we are planning on creating around 500 tappers to distribute to college and high school students in Central Ohio. And then we're going to be using those to do actual research on bilateral stimulation, which is super exciting. So we're going to see if we're going to produce research to try to show if bilateral stimulation has like merit on its own outside of therapy, which it is suggested that it does, definitely suggested that it does. So that's really exciting for us to be part of like kind of like cutting edge kind of stuff. And then after that, our plans, the designs for it will be open to the public. So anybody who wants to make them will have access to how to make them and like where to source materials. So trying to just make all of that more accessible. Yeah.
So, yeah, kind of like what Katie said. I think you said it was the longest product that local has had. So it's been kind of cool, through the years seeing local evolve. When I first started, international projects was kind of like the head honcho of the organization because they have, we do a big project, abroad, which is really cool. Whereas, local just did, smaller scale things in Columbus. But now local has really caught a lot of steam, and there's definitely some competition between the two factions.
Some EW beef.
Some EW beef. Wow, well done. So yeah, local and international are kind of neck and neck for best little mini group we have. So it's really cool to see what local's done in IP as well. And we have Katie, Noah, and the whole team to thank for that. So thanks, guys.
Let's take a look at some of our recent donors.
Let's. Woo!
Woo! So thank you, Denise Sheridan and Laurel Monick, for donating. We very much appreciate you. That helps bring our total up to $1,305, which is very exciting. It's heating up in here. It's definitely heating up in here.
There it is. Woo! We
Look
spicy.
at that. Woo.
We're getting spicy.
About to be super hot. So please, please, please keep donating. All of your money, again, is going to some of our amazing projects like Buzzies, like some of our international projects. So we get to keep doing what we're doing, making an impact on our communities around us. And speaking of heating up, I think we have our final segment of Hot Ones up next.
I think we do.
Let's see.
Let's get it.
Bill, you're first.
Let's do it.
Give us some more
Big
explanation
fish.
of this picture.
Oh my god. That's king salmon out of
Oh
New
my
York.
god.
My dad usually fishing. Him and his buddy have a boat, and when I'm available, I like to go. Really beautiful out there. Beautiful place to be. Great fish to catch. Yeah. Is that?
Where'd you go fishing? Where'd you go fishing?
Oh, it's in New York. It's on Lake Ontario.
Nice.
I can't.
Nice. All right, Emery.
Oh no.
Get some context on that.
Oh my god.
Oh, I told you what happened. Don't touch your eyes. Don't touch your eyes.
Oh my god.
So my cousin really likes Christmas lights, so he decided to just wrap me up. Christmas
Wrap you
lights.
up?
Yep.
It's a good picture.
Yes.
It's a good picture. All right. Robert. Yep. You know the picture. Get some context.
Oh, yep. Yeah, my friends invited me over for a gingerbread house. And they're like, Robert, show us the photo. And I picked it up and it fell apart. So I had to go abstract. I built a gingerbread spaceship. And it was horrible in voting. No one liked it. But I think it was great.
I think it was great. Woo! How are we feeling, everybody?
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Wow.
It doesn't go away.
Is it hot in here? I think it's a little hot in here.
It's really hot in here.
Lily.
I just took a bite too.
Let's go down a little bit.
Please explain why you're holding 2 pieces of peanut butter bread.
I was in Yosemite, and we were getting ready to climb Yosemite, and we had to pack lunch to climb Yosemite, and I can't really focus because my whole head is like burning.
It's like
I'm sweating.
Oh my god, Robert! Yeah,
Oh
we
my
made a peanut
God.
butter sandwich. It was vegan. Fun fact, I'm vegetarian, that's why we're eating cauliflower wings. Yeah, it was really delicious.
We're gonna take a little breather here for a second.
Okay.
Robin is so.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. All right, guys, we've made it this far. Going on to the last swing, we have a new Scoville record of over 2 million. That's a big jump from 136,000 to which we almost died on, but we came back. We had a moment. We're doing okay. Now we want to ask everybody how we handling the heat. How we doing right now?
Not good. Sweating.
I should not have tried to finish that. I was too ambitious.
Finishing it was a really bad idea.
Finishing was a bad
Really
idea.
bad idea.
On this last part here, it is something that is always going to be optional, but it is tradition as according to the First We Feast top ones. It's tradition to put a little extra dab on the last one. You don't have to, and I'm not saying you are going to, but if you think you can handle it and you want to, go ahead.
Line me up.
So, for the last dab.
No, I'm okay.
I mean, since we're only having a bite of it.
Only a bite.
There?
A little more, come on.
No, there's already weight.
I can't.
There's so much on it already.
All right, guys, we've made it this far at the last swing. We're on the last one. Let's get through this. We're going to come out stronger from this, and we're going to have some really good content live stream that people are going to donate to right now. Make sure you donate.
You guys
before we
better
do the
donate.
final
Better donate. Donate now.
You guys ready?
Ready? Cheers.
Dink it.
Cheers.
Right on the last part.
Oh, holy sh! Oh my god. It's coming. It's coming. Oh.
Yeah, it's coming. Ooh, dog.
Man took a second bite.
I think I might have to. I don't taste it. I'm going back.
I feel like I need to wait more before I take a second bite.
I think the bomb was
It's like
I thought I'd be like nose bleeding by now.
I'm definitely sweating. I can feel the sweat, but I don't feel any heat. I don't feel any heat.
We gotta go back to our development.
oh my god.
No. I'm not going back.
Oh man. Wow. How was that?
Mm.
It's starting
I think it's building.
It's definitely a slow burner.
The bomb was very quick.
Yeah.
Quick hit.
It was like a bomb.
I feel it now.
There's just a drop that fell from my eyebrow.
Oh.
Oh, starting to.
I haven't gotten that yet.
Oh, ho, ho. Getting hot. It's getting hot. It's getting hot.
I'm sorry.
Alright.
It's dripping.
So,
Literally dance in a sauna over here.
we got one more question. This is an individual question. I think it's just as important, if not the most important question on our list. Wow! That's great. To be a truly active member of Engineers Without Border requires determination and it requires a lot of hard work. And we can tell right here it also requires some blood, sweat, and tears. I want to ask each of you, even though Engineers Without Borders obviously is not the entire thing that you're doing here at college, what else are you doing? What else are you passionate about? What do you want to do in life? What is your purpose? What do you want? That's what I want to hear from each of you. I want to hear from each of you what you want to do, what this is building to. So chime in as you like. Whoever wants to go. Oh, fuck.
I got you. Impacting the most people. I'm part of EWV. I'm also part of something called Project Peer, where we volunteer with prisons. Super awesome organization. At the end of the day, when I leave this earth, I want to try to help as many people as possible. That's my goal. That's why I love EWV. And that's why you should also donate to help us impact the most people.
I love that. Again, guys, keep in mind, we're asking for these donations because we cannot do the work, the wonderful work, both in our local community of Columbus and internationally, whether it's in Jao or if it's in Ecuador or in any community we're going to affect. We cannot do that work unless we have, quite frankly, the funds behind it. So this is our way of asking you, help us out with that, okay?
Please. Please.
All right.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's something.
It's coming. Okay, I'll answer now. It's actually through Engineers Without Borders I found I really liked working directly with people and serving others. So I switched over to like medicine in order to directly interact with people and just hopefully give back by just being the best. I can't think right now. Just be the best doctor and the best person and try and build up our communities a bit.
Yeah. Get some milk.
Yeah, I don't know where my passion lies after college, but I will say Engineers Without Borders, local projects, helping out the Columbus area has been a blessing. It's been amazing. I really like having my work go somewhere and actually affect people, seeing an end product, seeing in the future how it turns out, how it changed things. It's just a great feeling. I definitely still want to do after college as well.
Yeah, I think Engineers Without Borders has really helped me realize that I'm very passionate about nonprofit work. It's been a really good avenue to get involved in other nonprofits. Something that 2 years ago I joined this nonprofit called New Story Charity. And they build houses for communities in South America that are in need of housing. And something cool that they do is they build 3D printed houses, which cement, it's 3D printed cement. And so it's been really cool to work with kind of a similar nonprofit to Engineers Without Borders that works with technology for communities in need. And so I want to continue to do that kind of stuff after graduation, and I would just echo all of what they said, that EWB has really given me a good perspective on how you can use your engineering degree to help other people who are in need and not just kind of create cool technology. Yeah, super passionate about this org. I will do anything for this organization, including get a lip tattoo, eat spicy wings. So you guys better donate. Please donate.
Anybody else feeling lightheaded?
Yeah.
Super
Oh yeah.
lightheaded.
Oh yeah.
I rubbed my nose.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh
no,
yeah.
no.
Oh yeah.
Well, what I will say is, guys, you made it. Usually it's 10 stages up now. That was about our 5 stages, I guess we'll call it.
Yeah.
But you've been to the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. You've answered our questions. You've put forth a sacrifice to our viewers. Hopefully this is entertaining. Hopefully we can get some money from this and do our purpose. But guys, I'd like to give a round of applause to you guys because you made it through. Beside that, this is our one opportunity at the end. If you have anything going on you want people to know about, whether it is a project like local or national or something outside, just something you want to plug. And for me, the first thing I want to say is we are putting on this live stream because we need to raise our funds. Donate, 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 donate. Give me some of that money. It's gonna go to a great cause. I promise you. I promise you. I hope seeing us suffer is enough to push for that. But if you guys have anything you'd like to say as a final thought, your time is now.
Awesome, yeah, thank you so much. If you go to Ohio State, definitely check out Engineers Without Borders, specifically local projects. We love getting new members, growing, picking up more projects, and doing more work. If you don't go to Ohio State, your university might have a chapter of Engineers Without Borders. Definitely check it out and see the work they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick, for putting this all together.
Yes.
Great. Awesome
It's an amazing setup. You guys can't even
Yeah.
see how incredible the setup is.
For all the pain, it's worth it, man. For all the pain, it's worth it. What I will say, just to go ahead and fan the flame, we already have a flame going here, but fan the flame internally in our chapter, I'd like to say, go FMS, the best of the 3. Go FMS, the best of 3. But thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you guys in just a moment. All right?
Amazing. Thank you.
Ooh,
Wow.
that was a thrilling ending.
Talk about Flavor Town.
Yeah, for real.
That was a one of my favorites from this live stream.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always fun to see other people eat spicy food.
Yeah, it's fun to see them in pain.
It's nice
it's fun to see them struggle.
It's nice to be behind the camera kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not the one doing it though. I thought that Robert was gonna take it the best. I don't know why, but he seemed to. I mean, obviously all of them are struggling, but he seemed to really have a tough time. Did you see anything to call out there from that skit?
Oh no, I would say the same thing. I feel like they were all struggling pretty hard. I feel like I couldn't call anybody out because then I feel like I might get called out. So
True.
I gotta stay silent on this
Yeah.
one.
The second to last sauce actually seemed like it gave him the most immediate trouble, but
Yeah.
then the last one seemed like it
It,
really
started,
built up.
yeah, started heating up.
Which might be even worse, I think.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I say we take a look at our donor list.
Yeah.
So we are. Oh, thanks, Roma. Roma's a part of our FMS team. Thanks, Roma. We're now at 1315.
Woo!
And
You guys, we're so close to the top. Just keep donating.
Keep
donating. The link is pinned in the chat, and if you donate, like we've been saying, you might see Joe and I do something kind of crazy.
You might.
So,
You might.
Just maybe. Just maybe.
Just
But
maybe.
that means we got to bring these donations in still, and remember that these donations are going to our projects both locally and internationally. So they're going to a great cause. We're doing great things. Yeah.
Yeah. We've only got a couple more videos for you guys, so get those donations in there when you can.
Yeah.
Because we would really appreciate your support.
Yeah.
Before we get into the next one, though, I feel like we haven't talked enough. I feel
No,
like
we haven't. We
I feel
haven't.
like we're not
We
close to
are
the
the
audience yet.
stars of this show.
Right.
Right. We are the hosts, and we should talk a lot more.
Right. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about how we got involved in EWB?
Yeah.
You want to go first? Go first.
Oh, okay. I'll go first. Well, mine was very planned. I actually knew I wanted to join EWB before I came to college. I looked at all the schools I'd gotten into to make sure they all had EWB chapters at the schools. I don't remember how I heard of EWB, but I just knew I was like, I want to do something good with my engineering degree. So I was like, I need to find a club that also does that. And I was so lucky that EWB at OSU is such like a fun, social, passionate club. And I was hooked from day one. Like, honestly, I walked in and was like, okay, not only do we get to do impactful work, we also get to have fun and like make friends and feel like you're a part of something greater than yourself, you know?
Nice. That's awesome.
How about you?
It was my TA actually who encouraged me to join. I, my sophomore year, after kind of getting school, like, getting the mojo with just schoolwork, I was like, well, I got to start doing things, and getting involved. So Engineers Without Borders was my first shot at it. I never looked back once I joined. Going off with your point, I think the common theme for EWB at OSU is just the combination of both our impactful work in our projects that we do here in Columbus as well as abroad, but it's also the aspect of the community that we build. The EWB community at OSU is very strong. We're very tight-knit. I thought it was really easy when I first joined. I didn't know anyone except for my TA. And it was very easy from day one just to make friends. It's a very, very welcoming community, very inclusive. And that's kind of one of the things that just at least got me to stay. So I'm really happy that I did. So we're looking forward to seeing where we go from for years to come, I guess.
Yeah, and I do want to add, actually, last year, as we are all very aware, was a pandemic year.
Right.
And we were actually virtual for EWB for like pretty much everything. So all of our project meetings, all of that was virtual. And that was really difficult for both local and international projects to do like actual work because we were not allowed to. It wasn't safe to, obviously. And yet our club still grew. Our club still formed a lot of connections. We still had so many passionate members. It was like one of the best parts of my week, I would say. It was like our like weekly EWB Zooms. It was really inspiring to like see how much the community bond like actually like stood up to like pandemic conditions.
Right. Yeah.
So.
No, actually, going off your point, we were this past year. I think we've grown probably the most we ever have. So like last year when the years prior when we had meetings in person, we'd have anywhere from 10, 20, 30, maybe max people coming to our meetings. But this year, as the VP of Operations, I'm in charge of booking the rooms for our meetings. The first meeting was like our onboarding kickoff meeting, and I booked it for, 50 people. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good number. And, we got 100-something people to come. So the room didn't fit everyone, obviously. So we had to split some rooms, be on the fly. But that just kind of goes to show, the impact that we're having. EWB OSU is getting the word out. People are recognizing us, as a fun place to be, which is really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I go to the next one?
Yeah, I think this is a great time for us to watch the finale of MasterChef, which maybe won't make us so proud to be in EWB, but
yeah, based off the dishes they're cooking up, I might want to actually exit the club.
Yeah,
or kick those guys out, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you have any front runners for this competition here?
No. No, I do not.
I'm gonna go with I think Aspen's really onto something. I think he really is. So I'm gonna go with Aspen. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the judges think.
All right, let's check it out.
Let's do it.
All right, Chef Emery, we've been asked a very important question. We're supposed to say our current thoughts on their dishes and especially the negative aspects. I'll go ahead first real quick. You know what, looking at Aspen's dish, I never thought that I would see candy corn and lettuce together, and quite frankly, it looks disgusting. But you know what? I want to make sure I leave some room for error. It might be good, and we're going to try it soon, but what are your thoughts?
It looks like he just kind of swept up what was on the ground of Scott and just put it in a bowl, but we'll see how it tastes at the end.
You know, another comment I definitely have, looking at Alan's meal, few things were all right, but you know what? That lava soup thing I saw, it looks like someone stepped in some brown snow, threw it in a bowl, and then served it. Not excited for that one, but we're gonna have to see.
It's just, oh boy. We're in it for a treat, folks.
That's for sure. Are you ready to get back out there?
Yeah, we'll get back out there. Okay.
All right, I'm getting ready to finish off my plate, get it ready for the judges. I added some beef seasoning for an extra protein flavor. Overall, I think it looks really well. The oil really made all the colors pop out. So We'll see how they like it.
So I'm just finishing up some of my plating. I tried to stick the chicken in there to make it look like a ham sticking out of the dish. I think it's looking pretty good. And then just got some last touches before we get to the judges.
We're nearing the end of plating. I think I might just add a couple of extra Apple Jacks just for garnish. I think it'll look really good. Just trying to clean up my plating a little bit, make sure the judges like what they see.
Master Chef contestants, as we reach the end of our competition, we have 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands up, chefs. All right, Master Chef is back, and we're here with Alan's dish. Alan, tell us a little bit about this dish.
Once again, it is a ramen base with pancake batter mix. It's supposed to have a little bit of a breakfast theme, a twist on the traditional Italian pasta. So I've added a little bit of gummy ingredients as well as just some Fruit Loops to top it off.
All right, Chef Emery, any comments on this before we dig in?
No.
Speechless,
I'm
I see.
just speechless right now.
Let's give her a shot.
Okay.
Just to make sure I get the correct palette, I'm going to go ahead and dip the bread into the...
Make sure you get a little bit of Fruit Loop with it.
Oh, of course. I'll top it off with some Fruit Loop. Makes me want to puke just looking at it.
Not bad, isn't it?
It's definitely edible in the technical sense. Oh man, that's a big bite.
You can fit more on that.
So my first question is, are you currently in elementary school? Because this is absolutely the creation out of someone's drawing book when they're 6. This is ridiculous. But I will say, the Fruit Loops tie nicely into the soup.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Was there a reason it was ice cold when it was presented to the judges?
It seems like a hot dish, but...
You know, I think that's what, like, societally that we normally think of pasta. So I really wanted to break out of that norm and present you something that's definitely a little bit outside of the box, and I think it worked pretty well. I think it really tied it all together.
Disagree, but you know, that's okay. You know what? That's all right.
Agree to disagree.
Agree?
Yeah.
Chef Alan, thank you so much for your dish. We'll
Thank
be
you.
in contact with you soon, okay?
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank
It
you
was
very
a
much, sir.
pleasure, or it was an experience.
Well, I don't know if I'd say it was a pleasure. All right, let's head over to our next contestant and see Aspen's dish. All right, we're back here with Aspen. Go ahead and tell us a little about your dish.
Yeah, so once again, both of my dishes have a ramen base with a peanut butter topping, crunchy peanut butter to be clear. This one it's more of a sweet dish as it has a lot more sugary ingredients in it, while this one probably healthier for the average human.
Could you explain the centerpiece on this
Yeah,
dish?
so it was actually an art piece inspired by some abstract art I saw in my art class.
Okay.
It's a sugar-based creation. When I boiled it, it didn't really turn out how I wanted, but it'll add some extra flavor to the overall dish.
Sounds great.
You know what, follow-up question on that, Aspen, you know that ramen can be cooked, right?
It is cooked, halfway. It gives it a little bit of crunch. Well, that one's not cooked, that one is.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll
Chef
dive
Emery,
in.
let's see it. Gotta make sure we get the layer, the accents, a little scoop of...
Yeah. I don't want too much of the dry ramen because I think it would just overpower my palate, you know.
Of course, we must top it off with candy corn. So what kind of liquid base are we looking at down here at the bottom of this dish, Aspen?
I'm not really sure.
Oh, wow.
How in the hell do you expect us to eat this if you don't know what's in it?
Oh no, it's I guess I forgot. It's the oil from the top. I added a little bit of extra flavor.
I think it's all together.
The peanut butter and sweet tarts really balance each other out in this meal. I believe, is this some sort of form of butter on the top of
Yes,
this dish?
yes. It is Scott butter, so it's imported straight from Scott. Some of the highest quality butter you can have.
Fantastic.
Why is it sweet beside the candy corn? Everything is just decent, and then there's something that's, is there like peanut butter chips in here?
Yeah, it's the peanut butter layer that was on top of the ramen.
Why?
Cause.
Before I dive into the centerpiece, is this actually edible?
I would not suggest swallowing that.
Okay. I'll avoid it. I think it's time to switch dishes.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that. Well, let's go ahead and give some comments on the first ones, right?
Yeah.
I will say, I have to give a major hand to him because first few bites and chews, really good. You had the juice of the tomato that exploded, and that actually tasted great. Everything was fine with that. But I will say, crunchy peanut butter sneaks up on you, and I'm going to leave it at that. Emery.
The texture is actually pretty decent. I think the choice of undercooking or not cooking the ramen actually kind of balanced out the creaminess of the peanut butter. Taste-wise, I'm just going to leave it comment less for now.
All right, you ready for part two?
Part two.
So I do have a question in here, right? If you can point me out, what is this green stuff on the outside?
I believe that is residue from the unwashed bowl that I used.
So subpar presentation.
You're a chef?
I am a chef.
You got a license?
Chefs have a license?
Let's give it a check. Let's give it a check. Get some peanut butter and cereal. The smell is overpowering.
The oil definitely comes through. The combination of the peanut butter, which is already oily, with the oil on top of it, kind of just overpowers the dish, in my opinion. Plus the butter on top, very lipid heavy.
In terms of this one, I'm just going to leave it no comment. Honestly, if we have an incinerator in the back, it'd probably be a good idea to get rid of it, but yeah.
Yeah, we might want to test ourselves after that dish.
Yeah, we might want to go to the doctor. Hospital, probably, but in any case, that was Aspen's dish. Ready to move on?
Most certainly.
All right, we're going to move on to Louis' dish now. And Emery. All right, now we're back here with Chef Louis. Chef Louis, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your dish.
Yes, so again, I made for you today mac and cheese with noodles 2 ways. To that, I added some of my own signature chicken gravy that I made with the chicken ramen seasoning and pancake mix. I, of course, added chicken to this dish and seasoned it appropriately with some cinnamon Altoids, and then finished it off with some crushed up Doritos for a little bit of crunch.
Okay. So my main question is, what was your decision making behind the cinnamon Altoids?
So I figured, my dish was lacking a sweet aspect to it, and so I just really wanted to bring something through that could kind of, bring the whole dish together with a little bit of sweetness. I thought the cinnamon would complement the cheese well.
Okay.
Any comments?
Let's dive in.
Stay right in.
It's light. Again, way too cold. This type of dish really should be served piping hot.
I agree. I will say, good job cooking through those noodles.
Thank you.
Definitely good. I can taste the cinnamon Altoid. It's clearing my nostrils right now.
I'll have to get a little bite of that cinnamon Altoid. Didn't have that aspect of it.
Yeah, try to get some of that ramen. So one comment I will say is if I can cut the ramen into pieces, it's not hot enough.
That's a good point.
The cinnamon Altoids really do overpower the dish.
I'll tell you what, it is interesting having the spice on your tongue, and you go for another bite, and then it kind of lingers it more. So I'm not saying it's bad, but it's an interesting taste.
It's a new take on spicy chicken wings.
Yes. That's exactly my thought process.
Well, thank you very much, Chef.
Of course.
And we'll get back to you soon.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and see the results.
All right, after hours of contemplation and looking through the different dishes that we had and truly determining who was the master chef of Engineers Without Borders, we've made our choice. Louis, I'd like to congratulate you. You won the grand prize of $20.
Oh man, a crisp Andrew Jackson.
Now I know there's a lot of things that he can do with that, but that's not it. You didn't just win $20. We have another prize we'd like to offer you. It's a little bit of a secret, it's a little bit niche, but we like to think it's a physical intimacy of the competition, something to let you remember this by, display, and truly exemplify those bragging rights. So, without further ado, I'd like to present you with our Engineers Without Borders Master Chef Trophy. All right, take a peek.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
We'll fix that. In any case, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Judge.
Congratulations. That was a great dish.
Come in here real quick. Thank you very much. Hopefully, we'll see you guys next time. But anyway, back to you guys.
A thrilling ending to an already very exciting story. Congratulations, Louis, on your wonderful win. Clearly, you had the most edible meal.
Yeah, I think it really just came down to which one was not the worst.
Right.
Yes. I guess that's how all things work, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Louis. $20 can go a really long way. I'm really excited to see what he does with that.
Yeah.
Aspen, Alan, you guys were fierce competitors. Maybe just a couple extra hours in the kitchen. You got to work on your craft a bit more.
You know,
maybe
my grandma always says, kiss and don't last, cook and do. So just
Right.
saying, you got to work on your cooking skills.
Work on your cooking skills. $20. What'd you do with $20?
It's a great question. Keep asking questions, keep being curious. What would I do with $20? I don't know. I'd probably donate it to the Livestream Fundraiser, actually. Yeah, I'd probably donate it to the Livestream Fundraiser.
Speaking of donations, you can still donate.
Whoa.
There's still time. There's the link on the Facebook page. You can click that. It'll take you to the donation page, and you can send some donations our way. Again, they go to a great cause, supporting our local and international projects, which help out communities here and abroad.
Yeah.
So for recent donors, I'll take this one because
Oh my gosh.
Katie is one of our most recent donors.
I put my money where my mouth is, guys. I told you. I donate $20 to UWB.
And of course, Maria Maloney as well. Thank you both for your very kind contributions.
It's a pleasure.
Yes.
It's a pleasure
then
and an honor.
Where does that bring our total to?
That brings our total to $1,530. Whoa,
Wow.
through the roof.
We've bursted.
We've done it.
But there's still time for more donations. Yeah, there's actually, it keeps going. Like we'll pan down. Like there's actually a lot more thermometer to fill. So please keep sending those donations in.
Absolutely.
We are almost to the end. So
we have one last segment to show you. It's pretty quick. So if you want to donate, which you should, do it now. You don't have that much time left to donate. And we could still call you out. You could still get a spotlight.
Yes,
You know?
you can still get a nice little shout out.
Yeah, exactly. So
let's do it.
Our next skit, our next little, it's not a skit, it's a little movie trailer actually about Graham and Ethan, who are two very prevalent members of EWV. They both have project lead positions, and they're also roommates. It's a little story about their relationship.
Wow.
It was a thrilling trailer. I know you all are probably wishing that was coming out in theaters. You're gonna have to wait a little bit for that, but just a little trailer, just a little something.
Yeah, worth noting, written and directed by our very own Katie Vadke as well as Ethan Wirt. Thank you to Ethan and Graham for making that video. I loved it. That was the first time I saw it, and I thought I was like in a movie theater, like watching a little trailer. So that was very well done.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. Yeah. You know my audience.
So it's a sad time.
Yeah.
It is.
It's closing time.
It's closing time. We want to go ahead and thank you all for your donations.
Yeah.
We've raised just over $1,500 just in these last couple hours, which is extremely beneficial for our projects, again, here in the Columbus Land area as well as abroad. We really want to thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. And we have some other people to thank too. You want to take that away?
Yeah, so we want to thank all of our members who helped make any of these videos, and especially to our team behind the cameras, who you guys can't see unfortunately, for helping us put on this whole live stream. They've worked tirelessly, especially in the last 24 hours, nonstop, to make sure that this is going smoothly. So we really could not have done it without them.
Yep. Alan Chow, Nick Johnson, Emery Monig, Matt Parsons, the president. Nah, not really. But really want to spotlight Alan and Nick's work. Yeah. They have pulled multiple all-nighters to get this going, and we have nothing but appreciation for you guys. I know this took a lot of effort, took a lot of time, and we're very glad that we were able to spend the time with you and be your host. So, again, thank you to all of our donors. We really appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Even if you only tune in for a couple minutes. Yeah. Thank you, EWB members. We love you guys. Keep up the good work. And we're ready to get back to work soon.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
Well done.
Well done. Oh, so the cameras are off.
Cameras are off?
Cameras off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Woo. Oh.
We're going to do low.
Wait, do this one. Do this one.
Okay. What's it? All right, that's probably good enough.
Yeah, oh, no. Man, the cameras were on. Oh, no.